What is industrial sociology? Industrial sociology is a branch of sociology that studies how people interact within workplaces, factories, and organizations. It helps us understand how work, production, and management influence social relationships and behavior. In simple terms, it looks at how industrialization has shaped human life, the economy, and society. When the world shifted from farming to industrial production during the Industrial Revolution, people's lives changed completely. They moved from small villages to big cities and began working in factories instead of on farms. This change did not only bring new machines and technologies but also new social structures. People started following strict schedules, working under supervision, and depending on wages. Industrial sociology was developed to study these changes and their effects on human relationships. One of the main areas industrial sociology studies is the relationship between workers and employers. Workplaces are not just sites of production, they are social environments where cooperation, competition, and conflict occur. Workers have needs and emotions, while employers focus on profit and efficiency. Industrial sociologists study how both sides can work together effectively and what happens when communication or trust breaks down. Karl Marx, one of the earliest thinkers to examine industrial society, believed that modern industry separated workers from their work. In factories, workers often perform small, repetitive tasks without seeing the final product. Marx called this alienation when people lose a sense of connection to what they create. He argued that this alienation leads to frustration, inequality, and class conflict between the workers and those who own the means of production. Max Weber offered another perspective by studying how industrialization encouraged bureaucracy. He explained that modern industries operate through systems of rules, hierarchy, and efficiency. While this organization made production more effective, it also made workplaces cold and impersonal. Weber worried that people would become trapped in what he called an iron cage of bureaucracy, where they follow procedures instead of using creativity or emotion. Emil Durkheim focused on how industrialization changed social bonds. In traditional societies, people shared similar work and values, which made them close-knit. In industrial societies, however, individuals perform different jobs and may not share the same beliefs. Yet, Durkheim believed this diversity could still create solidarity because people become dependent on each other's skills. A teacher needs a doctor needs a mechanic, and a mechanic needs an engineer. This interdependence holds society together. Another important part of industrial sociology is studying workplace culture. Every organization develops its own set of rules, traditions, and ways of communication. Some companies encourage teamwork and innovation, while others focus strictly on discipline and hierarchy. Understanding these cultures helps improve motivation, cooperation, and productivity. One of the most famous studies in industrial sociology is the Hawthorne study, conducted in the 1920s. Researchers tried to see if better lighting would make workers more productive. They found that productivity improved not because of lighting but because workers felt noticed and valued. This showed that human emotions and social relationships at work matter as much as physical conditions. Industrial sociology also examines industrial relations, how workers and employers negotiate. This includes trade unions, strikes, and collective bargaining. Unions protect workers' rights, fight for fair wages, and ensure safe working environments. Sociologists study how such negotiations affect peace and productivity in industries. Technology has always influenced industrial work. In the past, machines replaced manual labor. Now, computers and artificial intelligence are transforming the workplace again. These changes create opportunities for efficiency but also bring fear of job loss and unemployment. Industrial sociologists analyze how societies can adapt through education, new skills, and better labor policies. Gender is another focus. Traditionally, industries favored men, leaving women with fewer opportunities and lower wages. As more women enter industrial and corporate jobs, new challenges like workplace discrimination, gender pay gaps, and harassment arise. Industrial sociology examines how workplaces can become fairer and more inclusive for all genders. Globalization has also transformed industry. Companies now operate in many countries, moving factories to places with cheaper labor. This creates global production chains but also leads to exploitation and inequality. Industrial sociologists study how global trade affects workers' lives, particularly in developing countries where wages are low and working conditions are poor. Mental health in the workplace has become an increasing concern. Modern industries often demand high performance, long hours, and constant competition, which can lead to stress and burnout. Industrial sociology helps identify how work environments can be made healthier, ensuring that employees remain both productive and mentally well. In developing countries, industrial sociology studies how industrialization changes family structures and communities. When people migrate from rural areas to cities for jobs, families often split apart and traditional lifestyles fade. Sociologists try to find ways to balance progress with social stability, so that industrial growth benefits everyone and not just a few. In essence, industrial sociology teaches that work is not only about making goods, it is about people. Factories, offices, and organizations are living social systems where cooperation and fairness matter as much as efficiency. If workplaces treat employees with dignity and create environments where they feel valued, both workers and industries thrive. As automation and globalization continue to reshape the future of work, industrial sociology remains important. It helps policymakers, managers, and workers understand how to create balance between technological progress and human well-being. If you enjoyed this explanation and want to keep learning about sociology and psychology theories in simple language, please like this video and subscribe to the channel. Your support motivates us to keep creating educational content for everyone.